customer support center. For quality assurance, your call may be monitored or recorded. For customer service issues, please press 1. For gift card issues, please press 2. All team members are assisting other callers. Please wait for the next available team member. Support Center, my name's Teresa. How can I help you?
Hi, my name's Kevin Donahoe. Oh, just a minute. A call's coming in. Let me cancel it. My name's Kevin Donahoe, and something real bad happened to me yesterday at your Albertson store in west side of Olympia, Washington. I wondered if you had like a formal issue resolution place that I could report what happened and see if I could get this resolved to my satisfaction.
Of course. Okay. Is it like an accident that happened in the store, or just a complaint of an incident?
It was a human rights violation, a couple of them. So basically, if we can't resolve it, all I can really do is send a lawsuit to your registered agent and try and get it resolved through the court system.
Well, tell me what happened then. Let's start here. You said that it's on the Olympia, Washington. Was it a store that violated this, or tell me that?
Well, it is a real complex business relationship that is going on. Basically, I went into the Albertson store on the west side of Olympia yesterday on August 1st, 2018. And I was trying to do something really simple, walk up to the MoneyGram desk and send some money to a gentleman who is in Nigeria, who's like the bodyguard of my fiance I'm getting married to in December, and because it's kind of a rough country there. And basically what that money is going to be used for is to go get a cell phone that I'm sending her so we can communicate better in many ways, because she does works for Fox News, and she does charity work with children that are orphans, and actually Nigeria is kind of a rough country, so I kind of like the idea of her being able to contact me if she's scared. But as I began to walk up to the desk, the MoneyGram lady said, fill out this form. Everything kind of sounded okay, and then she noticed I had on there Nigeria, and she said, do I know this person? And I said yes. He's kind of like a bodyguard in a rough country for my fiance, who's a news journalist for Fox News. And she goes, oh, I cannot send this. And I said, well, why? And she said, you're being scammed. And I said, what do you mean? And she said, well, Nigeria is well known for scammers. There's no Fox News lady that's going to marry a guy like you. And she noticed that I'm a senior citizen, so I haven't aged so well, and I got actually mutilated by Willamette Dental, so I do really have kind of an ugly face and stuff. But I told her, no, really, this lady is working for Fox News, and she really is able to not worry about the fact that I got deformed so badly by malpractice. She really is going to marry me. Oh, just a minute. There's another call. Let me cancel that. Oh, I guess that was a false alarm. So basically, then I started getting pretty frustrated because I do have self-esteem problems. Because when you're really mutilated by malpractice, I usually just hide my face on the internet and show old pictures of myself so that nobody knows how ugly I look. But recently, I kind of feel good that this lady loves me even though I've been deformed. And I tried to tell her she's from Italy, she's well educated, she does work for Fox News, but she just refused to send the money. And I said, well, it's kind of a safety problem because, without a cell phone, how could she call for help and get it if she's got only a lousy old phone with terrible service? And I was sending her like state-of-the-art Samsung S9 with Verizon, so she would have something like not only to do her career and take care of charity work with poor little kids that are starving, but she could notify me if there was something danger. And basically the lady had no sympathy. And I said, don't you realize when you discriminate against a senior citizen or somebody that's been deformed, there are laws in America? And she said she doesn't know, but she doesn't care. And I said, well, you could be sued as well as your company, even though it's complex. I don't know if she's working for Albertsons or MoneyGram, but either way, she could lose her employment and get fired, and she didn't care. So finally, I just got so frustrated, I walked out. And then when I told my fiance, who works for Fox News, she's been crying now for the last 24 hours because she worked really hard to get a good education, and for somebody to slander her and say she's a scammer, it just breaks her heart. So here we are, and I'm trying to get this resolved because this just isn't right.
Okay. And so this Albertson store is on Pacific Avenue Southeast?
No, that doesn't sound right. That sounds like that's in Lacey. This one is like on the west side of Olympia. I don't think it's Pacific. Let me go look on the internet and see if I can find the address.
All right. Thank you so much. I apologize.
You know, I think I got mixed up. I think it may have been the west side, but there's one in Tumwater too. I'll ask my son. He drove me there, and I'll get back to you if you can send me your email or something on the exact address. But we were going around to so many places. It was definitely an Albertsons with a MoneyGram, and we went to one that I thought was on the west side, but I'm not seeing an address there. But we went to one out in Tumwater as well.
Water as well. Okay, yeah. For Olympia, the only one that I have that's an Albertsons that's open there is the one that's 3520 Pacific Avenue Southeast. Let me do this for you then. What is your first and last name, sir? Again?
Kevin Donahoe.
And how do I spell the Donahoe?
Donahoe.
O-E? Okay.
And by the way, I'm showing a 705 Trosper Road. Is that what do you have anything like that?
Let me take a look. 5 Trosper Road. What city?
Tumwater, Washington.
I got a Tumwater in here. Just a moment.
And it's showing it's in the Albertson store. I know we went there. I just thought perhaps we went someplace else, but that probably is the right one, and I'll ask my son to confirm.
Okay, but yes, I do have that one. So for now, I will go ahead and place that on there for you. Kevin, what is a good callback number for you?
360-464-8880.
Okay, and bear with me just a moment. What I'd like to do, I'm going to give you a reference number to the call here. And so if there's any more information, you can just provide that information, and you'll give any of the agents the reference number I'm going to give you, and they'll bring up the contact for them, okay?
All right.
Just a few moments. Okay. And if you can write this number down, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. It's 368-238-14.
All right. Yeah, it definitely was not the one on Pacific Avenue, and basically, I I'll just assume it's the one on Trosper, and if I'm wrong, I'll call you back and let you know it was the one on the west side.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, I will get this escalated for you and have someone call you back, okay?
Okay, one thing I guess I should mention is we had a deadline to get that cell phone. Unfortunately, the other complexity here is the U.S. Post Office never told me I'd owe commissions, and we had to get that money yesterday to the OTA Post Office. Otherwise, they would just steal the cell phone. So I guess I'm going to have to report that a theft has occurred from the OTA Post Office, which I think is part of the U.S. government. But part of the problem is I just couldn't get Albertsons and MoneyGram to cooperate and get that money so we could get the cell phone before it got confiscated.
Okay. Was there like a small window you had? Was it like you had to get it there within a couple hours, or?
Well, actually, we shipped it by USPS in downtown Jefferson, and I thought I paid everything. And when it finally got there, and they went to pick it up, we found out that apparently I must have marked the wrong type of gift. They had like charity merchandise, and there was some sort of a thing where they wanted a lot of money for what's called customs. So that was the whole point. I had to get that money there quickly. Otherwise, for some reason, the post office just won't send it back. They'll actually keep it. And I think that deadline was yesterday, so I have no real choice other than to report a theft has occurred by my own government's post office, and then cite the reason as Albertson's MoneyGram just did the absurd and said they're not going to allow me to send money to my own fiance, claiming that no one would marry someone so deformed as me.
Oh, okay. Did you happen to get that clerk's name at all?
No, but if I can definitely will remember her face forever. So if you have like photos of the MoneyGram place, I could definitely identify her. But I was so frustrated, and I know people, look at me badly because I'm deformed. But there's nothing wrong with my fiance. She's well educated. I have no idea why she called her a spammer when she's actually a very well-educated woman working for Fox News.
Oh, goodness. Oh, well, I'm so sorry about that. I will get that to my upper management. They'll address the issue there, who's behind the booth there, who deal with the MoneyGrams. As well, I will ask them to give you a call about it, too, okay?
Okay, thanks for your sympathy.
Oh, absolutely. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
No, that's it.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for calling customer support. Please enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
Thanks.
You bet. Bye-bye.